Seneca, the great Stoic philosopher, wrote these wise words while in exile. The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. If that sounds heavy, stay with me, because Seneca's point is very relevant to us all. He's talking about the important journey of finding true value in ourselves beyond the hustle and noise of what everyone else is doing or saying. This is about tapping into a strength that's been there all along, hiding in plain sight within you. Imagine discovering qualities about yourself that you've overlooked or undervalued, not because they're insignificant, but because they're so fundamental to your being that you've taken them for granted. Think of the possibilities when you learn that resilience isn't just about bouncing back from setbacks, but about facing life's challenges with a calm and steady heart. Or that true wisdom isn't about knowing all the answers, but about asking the right questions, especially in moments of doubt. This journey with Stoicism isn't just about self-discovery. It's about redefining what it means to live a life of meaning and fulfillment on your own terms. So, as we get ready to dive into the signs that you might be undervaluing yourself without realizing it, keep in mind that every part of this video is crafted with insights that can change how you see yourself and the world around you. By the end of this video, the reflection in the mirror might just surprise you. So stick with us till the end. This journey is about illuminating the path to a version of you that's ready to shine brighter. Our first sign is that accepting less than you deserve. We've all been there, staying in a job that drains us, relationships that don't uplift us, or not pursuing our dreams out of fear. We settle, thinking this is as good as it gets. But why do we do that? Is it fear, comfort, or both? Stoicism teaches that our true worth isn't determined by these external situations. Whether in luxury or hardship, what defines us is our response. While we can't control everything, we have ultimate power over our perceptions, judgments, and actions. When we settle for less, we're saying external circumstances have more power over us than we do. Stoicism challenges this idea, urging us to ask, is this situation aligning with my values? If not, Stoicism empowers us to change our perceptions, choose our responses, and transform. Your worth isn't tied to your job title, relationship status, or bank account. It's determined by your ability to stay true to your values and act with courage, wisdom, and integrity. This isn't about blaming ourselves for our situations, but empowering ourselves to take control where we can. Not settle for less, not out of entitlement, but because we recognize our inherent worth. Let's respond to life's challenges with strength and resilience, knowing who we are and what we stand for. When we do that, we're not just living, we're thriving in truth. The second sign is downplay your achievements. Take a moment to think about your recent accomplishments. When was the last time you truly recognized your hard work? Often, we dismiss our successes, attributing them to luck or routine. This humble approach can actually harm us. Stoicism teaches the importance of acknowledging our efforts. It's not about bragging. It's about understanding the strength, wisdom, and discipline behind our achievements. Maybe you showed great discipline by waking up early to work on a project, courage by speaking up in a meeting, or wisdom. These actions reflect your character and virtues. By downplaying our achievements, we overlook the virtues that helped us succeed. To change this mindset, start recognizing each achievement, big or small, as a testament to your virtues. Say to yourself, yes, I did that. Yes, it was hard. And yes, it was my effort and courage that made it happen. This isn't about boosting your ego. It's about acknowledging your true character and effort. Embracing this Stoic practice transforms how you view your successes and yourself. It's a journey towards genuine self-appreciation, understanding that your achievements are not just outcomes, but reflections of your virtues. Our third sign is prioritizing others' needs over your own. Ignoring your own needs to help others can lead to resentment and burnout. Imagine trying to pour from an empty pitcher. You eventually run out. Stoicism isn't about being detached or selfish. It emphasizes virtue and societal betterment, but it also stresses the importance of self-care. Caring for yourself is essential to effectively care for others. Stoicism teaches the dichotomy of control, what we can and cannot control. Our thoughts, beliefs, actions, and self-care are within our control. The well-being of others, as much as we want to influence it, is not. By taking care of ourselves, we become better equipped to help, support, and love those around us. Think about it. When you're well-rested, healthy, and at peace, you're more patient, understanding, and present for the people in your life. You can contribute more effectively to their well-being. This isn't just about physical health. It's about mental and emotional resilience. It's about having the inner resources to be compassionate, offer wise counsel, and be a source of stability and strength for others. So, how do we balance caring for others with caring for ourselves? It starts with recognizing that self-care isn't a luxury or an afterthought, it's a necessity. It means making time for activities that replenish you, whether that's exercise, meditation, reading, or spending a few quiet moments alone. It means setting boundaries and being okay with saying no when you need to. Doing these things is not about self-indulgence, but about a commitment to being your best self for the people you care about. This week, challenge yourself to prioritize your well-being. Maybe it's a daily walk, time for a hobby you love, or setting work or boundaries. This act of self-care isn't just for you. It ensures that when you show up for others, you're the best version of yourself. The fourth sign is not setting boundaries. If you find it difficult to say no or set limits with others, it might indicate that you don't value your own needs and well-being. Healthy boundaries are essential for maintaining self-respect and protecting your time and energy. Think about situations where you agreed to something you didn't want to do because you felt obligated. Did you sacrifice your time, energy, or well-being to please others? Failing to set boundaries can lead to burnout. Not setting boundaries is often linked to a desire to be liked and accepted, stemming from low self-esteem. When you don't value yourself, you might prioritize others' needs over your own, fearing rejection or conflict. This behavior can erode your sense of self-worth and lead to emotional exhaustion. Lack of boundaries can negatively impact your mental and physical well-being. Without limits, you might take on too much, neglect self-care, and feel overwhelmed. Setting boundaries is a crucial step in valuing yourself and ensuring. Start by identifying areas where you need boundaries. Communicate your limits clearly and assertively without feeling guilty. Practice saying no and remember that protecting your time and energy is essential for your well-being. Reflect on the positive changes when you enforce your boundaries. Choose one area where you need to set a boundary, such as work, family, or social commitments. Clearly communicate your limit and stick to it. Observe how setting this boundary positively affects your well-being. It is essential for valuing yourself and protecting your well-being. By clearly communicating your limits and prioritizing your needs, you can enhance your self-respect and maintain a healthier, more balanced. Our fifth sign is that you apologize too much. Constantly saying sorry, even for things that aren't your fault or that don't require an apology, can indicate a lack of self-worth. This behavior often stems from a desire to avoid conflict or please others at the expense of your own needs and feelings. Consider how often you find yourself apologizing in daily interactions. Do you say sorry when someone bumps into you? Over-apologizing can signal to others that you don't value yourself or your presence. Psychologists suggest that over-apologizing is linked to low self-esteem and anxiety. When you feel unworthy or fear rejection, you might apologize excessively to avoid potential conflict or negative judgments. This habit can reinforce a negative self-image and perpetuate a cycle of undervaluing yourself. Over-apologizing can also affect your relationships. It can create an imbalance where others may start taking advantage of your submissive behavior. This dynamic can lead to resentment and decreased respect from others, further eroding your self-esteem. To break the cycle of over-apologizing, start by becoming more aware of. Keep a journal to track when and why you apologize. Reflect on whether each apology was necessary. Gradually, work on replacing unnecessary apologies with confident statements. For example, instead of saying, "I'm sorry for talking so much," try, "Thank you for listening." Set a goal to reduce your unnecessary apologies. Each time you catch yourself about to apologize, pause and ask if it's truly warranted. Over time, this practice will help you build confidence and assertiveness. Recognizing and addressing over-apologizing is crucial in valuing yourself more. By being mindful of your words and replacing unnecessary apologies with confidence, you can enhance your self-worth and improve your interaction. The sixth sign is comparing yourself to others. If you constantly measure your worth against others' achievements, looks, or status, it might indicate that you don't value yourself for who you are. Comparison can erode self-esteem and lead to feelings of inadequacy. Think about how often you compare yourself to others on social media, at work, or in social settings. Do you feel envious or inadequate when you see others' successes? Comparing yourself to others can prevent you from appreciating your unique qualities and achievements. Comparison is often driven by insecurity and low self-esteem. When you don't feel confident in your own worth, this behavior can lead to a negative self-image and a constant feeling of not being good enough. By constantly comparing yourself to others, you undermine your self-worth and focus on what you lack rather than what you have. This mindset can prevent you from recognizing and appreciating your unique strengths and accomplishments. Practice gratitude and focus on your own journey. Reflect on your strengths, achievements, and qualities that make you unique. Limit exposure to social media or situations that trigger comparison. Remember that everyone has their own path and timeline. Take a break from social media or environments that trigger comparison. Reflect on your strengths and achievements. Practice gratitude by listing things you appreciate about yourself and your life. Avoiding comparison is essential for recognizing and valuing your unique qualities and achievements. By focusing on your own journey and practicing gratitude, you can enhance your self-worth and build a more positive self-image. The seventh sign is struggling with decision-making. If you find it difficult to make decisions, even small ones, it might indicate that you don't trust your judgment or value your preferences. Confidence in decision-making is crucial for self-assurance and independence. Think about how often you second-guess yourself or seek others' opinions before making decisions. Do you struggle to make choices, fearing you'll make the wrong one? Difficulty in decision-making can reflect a lack of confidence in your abilities and worth. Struggling with decision-making is often linked to low self-esteem and fear of failure. When you don't trust your judgment, you might hesitate to make choices or rely heavily on others for validation. This behavior can undermine your confidence and independence. By constantly doubting your decisions, you reinforce the belief that you're not capable or trustworthy. Confidence in decision-making is essential for personal and professional growth. When you struggle with decisions, you hinder your ability to take control of your life. Practice making small decisions independently to build your confidence. Reflect on past decisions where you succeeded despite initial doubts. Trust your judgment and remember that making mistakes is part of the learning process. Identify one small decision you can make independently this week, such as choosing a meal or planning a day. Reflect on the outcome and use it as a confidence-building exercise. Overcoming the struggle with decision-making is crucial for building confidence and independence. By practicing small decisions and trusting your judgment, you can enhance your self-assurance and take control of your life. The eighth sign is feeling guilty for taking time for yourself. If you constantly prioritize others' needs over your own and feel guilty for engaging in self-care, it might indicate that you don't value your own well-being. Self-care is essential for maintaining balance and self-respect. Think about how often you feel guilty for taking a break, enjoying a hobby, or saying no to a request. Do you feel like you're neglecting your responsibilities or being selfish? Feeling guilty for self-care can prevent you from recognizing your worth and importance. Guilt for taking time for yourself is often linked to low self-esteem and a need for external validation. When you don't value your well-being, you might prioritize others' needs and feel guilty for focusing on yourself. This behavior can lead to burnout and decreased self-respect. By neglecting self-care, you risk emotional and physical exhaustion. Taking time for yourself is not selfish. It's necessary for maintaining balance and well-being. When you feel guilty for self-care, you undermine your importance and worth. Start by scheduling regular self-care activities and reminding yourself that taking time for yourself is essential for your well-being. Practice self-compassion and challenge the belief that self-care is selfish. Reflect on the positive effects of self-care on your overall well-being. Schedule one self-care activity this week, such as reading a book, taking a walk, or enjoying a hobby. Remind yourself that this time is essential for your well-being and self-respect. Overcoming guilt for taking time for yourself is crucial for valuing your well-being and maintaining balance. By practicing self-care and self-compassion, you can enhance your self-respect and overall well-being. The ninth sign is seeking validation from others. If you constantly look to others for approval and validation, it might indicate that you don't trust your own judgment or value your own opinions. Relying on external validation can undermine your self-worth and independence. Think about how often you seek others' approval before making decisions or feel the need for validation in your achievements. Do you struggle to feel confident without external affirmation? Seeking validation from others can prevent you from recognizing your worth and trusting your judgment. Seeking validation is often linked to low self-esteem and a lack of self-trust. When you don't believe in your worth, you might rely on others to validate your decisions and achievements. This behavior can create a dependency on external approval and hinder your independence. By constantly seeking validation from others, you reinforce the belief that your worth is dependent on external approval. Building self-worth requires trusting your judgment and valuing your opinions. When you seek validation, you undermine your confidence and independence. Practice self-validation by acknowledging and appreciating your decisions and achievements. Reflect on past experiences where you succeeded without external approval. Trust your judgment and remind yourself that your worth is not dependent on others' opinions. Identify one decision or achievement you can validate yourself this week without seeking external approval. Reflect on the positive outcome and use it as a confidence-building exercise. The need for external validation is not essential for building self-worth and independence. By practicing self-validation and trusting your judgment, you can enhance your confidence and recognize your truth. The 10th sign is having a hard time saying no. If you frequently agree to requests and commitments, even when you don't want to, it might indicate that you don't value your own time and priorities. Learning to say no is crucial for maintaining self-respect and boundaries. Think about how often you say yes to requests, even when you're already overwhelmed. Do you feel guilty or anxious about saying no? Having a hard time saying no can prevent you from recognizing your worth and protecting your time. Difficulty saying no is often linked to a desire for approval and fear of rejection. When you don't value your time and priorities, you might agree to requests to avoid conflict or disappointment. This behavior can lead to burnout and decreased self-respect. By constantly saying yes, you risk overcommitting and neglecting your own needs. Learning to say no is essential for maintaining balance and self-respect. When you have a hard time saying no, you undermine your importance and worth. Practice assertiveness by setting clear boundaries and learning to say no without feeling guilty. Reflect on the positive effects of saying no on your well-being and priorities. Remember that protecting your time and energy is essential for maintaining balance. Identify one request or commitment you can say no to this week. Communicate your decision assertively and observe how it positively affects your well-being and priorities. Learning to say no is crucial for valuing your time and priorities. By practicing assertiveness and setting clear boundaries, you can enhance your self-respect and maintain a healthier, more balanced life. The 11th sign is settling for less than you deserve. If you accept less than what you want or deserve in relationships, work, or life, it might indicate that you don't recognize your own worth. Believing in your value is essential for achieving your goals and fulfilling your potential. Think about situations where you've accepted less than you wanted or deserved. Did you stay in an unfulfilling job or relationship because you didn't? Settling for less can prevent you from recognizing your worth and achieving your potential. Settling for less is often linked to low self-esteem and fear of rejection or failure. When you don't believe in your worth, you might accept less to avoid disappointment or conflict. This behavior can hinder your personal and professional growth and prevent you from fulfilling your potential. By settling for less, you reinforce the belief that you're not deserving of more. Believing in your value is essential for achieving your goals and living a fulfilling life. When you settle for less, you undermine your confidence and potential. Practice self-belief by setting higher standards for yourself. Reflect on your goals and what you truly want, and take steps to achieve them. Remember that you deserve to be happy and fulfilled, and don't settle for less than what you deserve. Identify one area of your life where you're settling for less than you deserve. Set a higher standard for yourself and take one step towards achieving it. Believing in your value and setting higher standards is crucial for achieving your goals and fulfilling your potential. By recognizing your worth and taking steps to achieve what you deserve, you can enhance your confidence and live a more fulfilling life. The 12th sign is overworking yourself. If you constantly push yourself to the limit and neglect self-care, it might indicate that you don't value your well-being. Balancing work and self-care is crucial for maintaining health and happiness. Think about how often you work late, skip meals, or sacrifice sleep to meet deadlines. Do you feel guilty or anxious when you're not working? Overworking yourself can prevent you from recognizing your worth and maintaining balance. Overworking is often linked to a desire for approval and fear of failure. When you don't value your well-being, you might push yourself to prove your worth or avoid disappointment. This behavior can lead to burnout and decreased self-respect. By constantly overworking, you risk emotional and physical exhaustion. Balancing work and self-care is essential for maintaining health and happiness. When you overwork yourself, you undermine your importance and well-being. Practice self-care by setting limits on your work hours and prioritizing your well-being. Reflect on the positive effects of self-care on your productivity. Remember that taking care of yourself is essential for maintaining balance and achieving your goals. Set a limit on your work hours this week and schedule regular breaks for self-care. Reflect on how this balance positively affects your well-being and productivity. Balancing work and self-care is crucial for valuing your well-being and maintaining health and happiness. By setting limits and prioritizing self-care, you can enhance your self-respect and achieve a healthier, more. The 13th sign is not advocating for yourself. If you struggle to speak up for your needs, rights, or opinions, it might indicate that you don't value your own voice. Self-advocacy is essential for asserting your worth and maintaining self-respect. Think about how often you stay silent when you disagree or need something. Do you fear conflict, or not advocating for yourself can prevent you from recognizing your worth and asserting your rights? Difficulty advocating for yourself is often linked to low self-esteem and fear of conflict or rejection. When you don't believe in your worth, you might stay silent to avoid disappointment or judgment. This behavior can undermine your confidence and self-respect. By not advocating for yourself, you reinforce the belief that your needs and opinions are not important. Self-advocacy is essential for asserting your worth and maintaining self-respect. When you don't advocate for yourself, you undermine your confidence and voice. Practice self-advocacy by speaking up for your needs and opinions. Reflect on the positive effects of advocating for yourself on your confidence and self-respect. Remember that your voice and needs are important and deserve to be heard. Identify one situation where you can advocate for yourself this week. Speak up assertively and observe how it positively affects your confidence and self-respect. Self-advocacy is crucial for valuing your voice and maintaining self-respect. By practicing assertiveness and speaking up for your needs and opinions, you can enhance your confidence and assert your worth. This discovery isn't just about seeing these signs. It's about waking up to the immense strength and wisdom within us. Each of you has the key to unlocking your potential and valuing yourself for who you are, not just what you do. Recognizing your worth is the first step toward a life filled with purpose, resilience, and joy. As part of this incredible Stoic community, you're never alone on this path. Together, we're exploring how Stoicism can profoundly impact our lives in practical ways. If this video resonated with you or sparked a moment of realization, hit that like button, share it with friends, and spread the wisdom. Your engagement helps build a supportive and growing community. I invite you to continue this journey by watching one of the suggested videos appearing. They're curated to inspire and guide you further on your path of self-awareness and growth. Let's empower ourselves and those around us, sharing the light of Stoicism to illuminate the path to self-value and mutual respect. Thank you for being here. Drop "I value myself" in the comments if you've journeyed with us to the end. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're always part of our community. Until next time.